Hampton Roads traffic, 4293 Juliet, taking off runway 28, Hampton Roads traffic. Looks clear, don't hear no radio traffic. I don't see anybody coming.
Nope.
We're gonna do a regular takeoff?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. This is my solo flight. If you want to get to the solo, check out about 10 minutes and 50 seconds or so.
Traffic at Hampton, 6912 Tango. Say again, runway in use.
We're using 10 at Hampton.
Use 0 for 6912 Tango.
But I'm going to give you some of the before the solo for those of you who are trying to get into aviation.
All right. Pressures are looking good. Speed's coming up. Getting our 60. We are off.
So earlier, you heard that other pilot radio in and asked us what runway we were using. I called out the wrong runway. I'm used to using runway 28, but we were using runway 10.
Got a fire right there?
Yeah, they've been doing a bunch of controlled fires around.
So, I mean, I'm not perfect on my calls. So I still got things that I'm working on, but I did pass my final check ride. If you look at the previous video, I did not pass my check ride at that point, but it's done. And I did get to solo, and you're going to have an opportunity to see that in this video.
And first landing over there, we can just do a touch and go. And then the second one, we'll do a full stop taxi back. Third one, we'll do a full stop, go to the FBO, and I'll jump out.
Okay. All right, we had our 700 feet.
So I'm leaving all this in here for those who don't know what's going to happen or what's going to go on. This is my first solo. I've never seen anybody's first solo. So hopefully this adds some value to YouTube where you can actually see somebody's first solo. I didn't know what was going to, matter of fact, I didn't even know I was going to be doing a solo on this day. I thought it was going to be a prep for the solo.
Now we are hitting our 1,000 feet. Do I need to call downwind for this?
Nah. Fine. And then, yeah, you'll just direct over to there. You don't got to do like the downwind.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're departing to somewhere else, you just climb to 1,000 and then you go straight there.
Okay.
So we did not stay at our airport to do the solo, and the reason being because of the direction of the wind. We took off runway 10 at our airport, and then we headed to Suffolk to do our solo, to do the solo there, which we were going to be taking off of runway 04, which is right traffic.
What's your frequency for you?
So the winds were just optimal for
kind of set
04.
yourself up for straight in for 4. Or I guess you do it downwind for it. Yeah, you do downwind.
So I'm not going to give you the entire flight to Suffolk Airport. But there were a few things on my way to Suffolk Airport that I do need to work on. I haven't done any cross-country work. Suffolk is literally a 5-minute flight, if that, from where we were. As soon as you hit 1,000 feet, you see it.
Suffolk right there.
Yep. Yeah, just give them a call that you're like 5 miles, what are we, like northeast?
Yeah.
Coming to enter 45 for 4.
Suffolk traffic 4293 Juliet, about 5 miles from the northeast, coming in for a 45 for 04. Suffolk traffic.
Suffolk traffic, Mooney, November 84 Alpha Bravo. Just took off from runway 4, heading to the east, looking for traffic.
That's 04 is the far one down there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, the straight one is the one is 4, and then the diagonal one is the other one.
Okay. All right.
So even after all that explaining, I still did not know which one 04 is. I thought I did, but it wasn't correct.
We got way cut in.
Huh?
We're way off.
Way off?
Yeah, because 4 is back there.
So that one is 4.
The one behind us is 4.
I thought that was 4.
This is 7.
That's That's 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that.
Oh, that's why you kept going in. I was like, no, runway's right here. Okay.
Okay, that's why.
No one's here. No one's here. Just land on 7.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Next time, do 4. But yeah.
Okay. Suffolk traffic, 4293 Juliet, final for runway 7. Yeah, and I'm doing the wrong pattern too.
And
for 7.
No one's here.
Yeah, 7 is left traffic, but I was doing right traffic.
Yeah, I was like.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going?
Yeah, I thought I was on 4. Okay.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense because I was like, you're getting like really close.
Yeah, I was tripping. And I had landed on this runway. This one was familiar, but I thought it was 4. That 7 looked like a 4 up in the air.
Yeah, this one we can just do a touch and go.
All right.
Next 2 we'll do the stop taxi backs. And make sure to at least hit that threshold.
But this one did count as one of my landings. I had to do 3 landings before I can do the solo.
Get out that airspeed. Nice. Hit it. Nice. Came in a little fast. You did good, you did good bleeding it off, but yeah, just watch coming in fast.
Yeah, I was trying to slip it, but yeah, I definitely came in fast. Okay, 22.4. Okay.
I was also a little high at first as well.
Gotcha.
And then just kind of go out, climb out, and just kind of teardrop it back in for 4.
Okay. We're taking a go, touch and go, or?
This one will be a full stop taxi back, like you'll be doing solo.
Okay.
So we full stopped here after I land, taxi, and then go around, do our checklist and all that good stuff, and then we go around, do another landing. It's a whole thing that you got to do before you even do that first solo.
All right, we got it.
Nice. Good correction.
Yep. So even when I come in for a solo, I don't have to do the run up.
So you'll do the run up because we're gonna shut down.
Okay.
So you'll do the run up. Just do it like right here.
Okay.
When you do it, and then but no, like in between each one. Once you're still running, you don't have to do it again.
Gotcha. So just pre-takeoff checklist from here.
Yep.
Suffolk traffic 4293 Juliet, final for runway 04, Suffolk traffic.
Yep, so he was just going over some of the things that I would be doing. So he does actually get out the plane eventually, and we go through the run up again and a pre-flight checklist. I get out the plane as well.
Yeah. Big White House pool, and he's got the big barn.
I see it.
What an asshole. Only because he's rich.
My CFI has some sort of sense of humor, man. He keeps me cracking up all the time. But yeah, I get out the plane. I have to do a walk around, do it all by myself, as though, I'm really going to take the plane, rent the plane or it be my plane and take it out and go fly. You go through all the steps, everything from the beginning to the end. And yeah, I did the pre-flight before we even got in the plane to fly to Suffolk, but you do it again for your solo. So, and it makes sense. It's good practice to get in that habit of you're going to do this stuff every time. Don't skip any of the procedures, any of the checklists. Just make it a habit, make it a part of your life.
Suffolk traffic, Bristol 2420 Lima, now 5 miles to the north, and we're going to swing around north of the field and into the 45 for the right downwind runway 4, Suffolk.
So just trying to show you my landings before I actually get into the solo.
Nice, they look good. I just come in maybe a little bit more flare and a little nose down, kind of get that. You're recovering it well, but
yeah, I do notice. I was almost gonna go for a soft field type of deal.
Yeah,
a little power in there, but
I did. You just focus on just normal.
Just normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause yeah, they look good. You're covering it well, getting that flare, but yeah, just a little nose down on that last one.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think you're good. Just pull in next to that 34722 pull. Yeah, fine spot.
So this is us taxiing to the FBO at Suffolk. He's gonna hop out of the plane, and then it's gonna kick back up with me doing everything that I gotta do in the plane. You're not gonna see the pre-flight on the outside that I do.
And we'll shut down.
But yeah, we shut down the entire plane and kick it back up. Now, my back camera, I accidentally put it on a different setting, so I don't have the audio, and that went in a time-lapse mode. So I do have the other two cameras. Avionics off, that's off. This is the sound you have for that. Interior hob circuit, we're good. So I will voice over some things. I'm comfortable in my seat. Mixture full rich. Brakes are on, throttle slight. Prop is clear. Master on. Beacon is on. All our lights are on. Fuel pump is on. Clear prop. It's the first time I cut the plane on with no one in it next to me. Day full of firsts. Now, I had major trouble getting that parking brake to stay, so I wind up just holding it at this point. I'm not sure what was going on with it, but eventually I do get it to stay, but it was giving me the hardest time ever. So that's what I'm struggling with right there, is that parking brake. I do work around it and just finish the rest of my procedures. But I'm holding the brake. I don't have foot brakes on this airplane. Waiting for my Garmin to come on. Gonna do a radio check, all that good stuff. Make sure I can hear, make sure I can be heard. Also, I needed to tune into the weather for that airport. We never did tune into the weather. The weather is similar between Hampton Roads Executive and Chesapeake. Now I'm just tuning into that frequency. We were already tuned in to hear the traffic, but wasn't tuned in for the weather. At this point, that's what I'm doing, is listening to the weather. A few things needed to be set, like I needed to set my turn coordinator. I needed to set my, Suffolk traffic 4293 Juliet radio check. There's my radio check. And my CFI was sitting there with a walkie-talkie. He heard me, and he radioed back in to say loud and clear.
Suffolk traffic, 4293 Juliet, taxi from FPO to runway 04 Suffolk traffic.
Now that everything's done, taxiing on my own for my first time. You know, it's crazy because you do all the taxiing with someone sitting next to you, and now you're just suddenly free to do it by yourself. It's a crazy feeling. Like I'm inside an airplane. Like, this is not an RC airplane. This is not a flight simulator. This is a real thing. And
all right, y'all, today it is my first solo.
You're in control.
I'm feeling a little nervous, but we're gonna get this done. This seems like a spot where we're really running through this, so turn right here.
Yeah, Suffolk doesn't really have a spot to do a run up. Most people just do it right at the whole short.
Got my brakes in.
See, brakes work.
Back to my document list here. And pre-taxi is done. Now we're going to do at least. Alright, run up. Got our brakes on. Fuel. We're going to switch to the left tank. We're on our left tank now. Yep, that should even out everything. We are trim. Controls. We are free and clear. Looking at our instruments. We got fuel here, blood pressure, fuel pressure, and we're in the green. Making sure that we're reading the same thing up here. Our compass. Seatbelts are on. We don't have enunciator lights. We're at our best mixture. We're gonna go up to 2,000 RPMs.
So if you have the Lightspeed Zulus, let me know. The Delta Zulus. I keep getting a carbon monoxide reading in my ear, but we have a carbon monoxide sensor inside the airplane that doesn't go off, but my headset's going off. Let me know if you've had any issues with that.
Bring her back down to idle. Put that on.
Run up check is about done.
Hand pressure's good. Fuel pressure's good. Pressure's good. That's great.
And at this point, that adrenaline starts rushing.
Go to this run up. We just did a run up. We're gonna go to the whole short.
Heart's beating fast. Oh my gosh, like I can feel the chemical change in my body from the adrenaline. It's pumping.
Suffolk traffic 4293 Juliet. Taking off runway 04, Suffolk traffic.
This is it right here.
We are lined up on runway 4.
All right, so what I'm doing at this point, I had footage from the back camera, but like I said, it was a time lapse. So I just wanted to show you guys what that footage looked like. And this is essentially the entire flight. For the solo portion anyway. There's more to it. I did cut it short because it even had the part when we went back to our airport in Hampton Roads Executive, but I cut that part out of this. So you get to see this in time lapse, and then we're going to go back to the actual regular speed version. But I wish I had this footage right here in regular speed to put on with you, because this is actually the camera that my mics are set up to hear. And I don't know how I put it in time-lapse mode. And this right here is my CFI. He captured one of my landings while he was on the ground. And I'm so appreciative of that. Just to be able to get that angle. Again, I didn't even know I was going to be doing the solo on that day, but he was like, yeah, why not? And I was like, look, let's not pass up. It's December 23rd. You know, Christmas is right around the corner. Holidays are right around the corner. Let's get it done. But, you know, I have another solo, and I think when I do that one, I'm going to invite my friends and family out to come see, get their binoculars, and just watch it live. So yeah, I mean, that's me landing. Now back to the other stuff.
Nice.
So it gets a little loud. I'm just going through all of the checks. You know, I'm looking at my speed. I'm looking at oil pressure. I'm looking at temperatures. I'm looking at my fuel. All the things that I would normally look at. And that realization hit me. I'm in the air. No one next to me. See that smile? And then it's like, all right, get back to it. It's almost like you don't have time to really enjoy the fact that you're in the air by yourself. I mean, things happen so quickly, and there's no one else there to save your tail. It's all you. Right? You have to start thinking like, okay, I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in command. If something happens, more than likely it's my fault that it happened. So let's make sure that we're on point and that nothing happens. Another thing, I do not like right patterns. This is a right pattern. 04 at Suffolk is a right pattern. Because making that turn, that crosswind turn, you can't see the airport. It's like, it's so hard. Even trying to look through the back windows, it's so hard to see that turn. And I don't want to do a 30-degree bank, especially because of that wind component. It likes to push that wing down on you. So my turns are a lot more shallow on that crosswind side, so I'm not fighting the wind so much. But, you know, there are reference points. I know when I hit that 800, their traffic pattern is 1100. So once I hit that 800 altitude, you know, then I start turning that cross. And then by the time I get to 1100, I'm good to start turning to my downwind from there. And at this point, you know, you just heard me move those flaps up. So I was a beam of numbers. You know, dropped my RPMs, pulled up my first notch of flaps, and now I'm looking to turn the base. And on this base turn, I'm also going to do a more shallow turn as well. I don't know, I was just overly cautious. And we were very light as far as traffic that day at Suffolk. So it wasn't a lot of planes out. I think I extended my base just a little bit extra, not so much, but it was a little bit more extended than it would normally be. That way I can make sure I'm hitting my turns, and that if the wind does want to come through, that it's not going to blow me closer to that runway. So just taking all the precautions that I possibly can. Very little experience, but I'm trying to be as safe as possible. That's that second notch of flaps. And I'm just talking to myself, calling out my speeds, calling out everything, trying to talk myself through it. And at this point, I'm on final. I believe I'm on final. Yeah, I'm on final. And I should have put in that other notch of flaps in a lot sooner than that, as soon as I turned, but that's one thing that comes to mind. The rest of the flight and the other landings, I don't do that on. So yeah, it popped up on me a little bit.
That was my first landing by myself. Oh my gosh. Okay, I felt that flare up. I gotta adjust for that. That was crazy. That flare up is no joke. All right. But I recovered from it. I don't know why I keep doing it. I gotta work on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Suffolk traffic 429 Juliet, clear runway 04, Suffolk traffic.
You know what it is? It's because I still had a little bit of power in there. So when I'm pulling back to flare, but with that little extra power, what I think is going on is I'm actually climbing a little bit. So I need to make sure I get that power out probably a little sooner. Now that I'm watching this back, I think that's what's going on. I was adjusting for it, but I don't want to start developing bad habits. If you have any ideas or opinions on that, also let me know.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was exhilarating. My heart is pumping right now. I can feel the adrenaline. Yeah. That's something else right there. If you want to get into aviation, I'm telling you to do it. Do it. This was something else. There's an instructor over there on the side. This was definitely something else right here. I think he was trying to get over. If I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna turn around. And that might be up. It looks like he was right there.
So yeah, I thought my CFI was trying to get my attention or tell me to come back or something like that, but So I taxied back to the
Suffolk
FBO.
traffic 4293 Juliet, taxi back to the FBO.
But that wasn't the case. He was just waving, throwing me the rock and roll sign. And a thumbs up. So I didn't actually need to taxi back. But it's all good. All a part of the experience. Yep, so I'm just, taxiing back to the FBO for no apparent reason. Just got our signals crossed, but, makes for a good story, good experience. There's a lot going on in my head. I just see him waving, and I can't see that he's not, that he's throwing up the rock and roll sign, versus it in my head looks like
you
he's
waving at me?
saying come back.
Were you waving to get my attention?
Wait, what? No, I was saying good, and then I did rock and roll.
Oh, okay.
I was like, are you all right?
Oh, yeah. All right.
So just waiting for him to get out of my way at this point. Then taxi on back.
4293 Juliet, taxi from FBO to runway 04, Suffolk traffic. Okay, just misread his responses.
There's so much going through my head during these points of taxiing. Just like I'm doing the procedures and checklist in my head even before I get to the spot where I would do the procedures and checklists. It's just so much. Like your body is just, it's filled with adrenaline. Your heart's racing. You know that there's a lot that you have to do. There's a lot that's at stake. What calls do I need to make? Let me watch out for other planes that may be in the area. It's so much. And mind you,
Go back to my documents.
we've been doing this for a while, but
Good there.
it's different when you're doing it by yourself.
Cut off viewpoint on, vehicle lights on, everything's on. Car peters off. Doors are good. Strobe lights are on. Landing lights are on. Yes.
Remember the first time you got to take the car out by yourself?
Suffolk traffic 429.
Times that by 50 or more.
04 Suffolk traffic.
Yeah. First time you got on the highway by yourself. Yeah. It's worse than that.
Take off and landing by myself.
I ride motorcycles. And the first time I got on the highway on a motorcycle. Yeah, worse than that. It's more exciting than that, I should say. logbook is fully endorsed for solos now. So I'm excited about that. I put a solo patch on my flight bag now. So I have the American flag. And then right next to the American flag, it says solo. The next patch that I have is 50. So I guess once I get 50 flight hours, I'll put that patch up there. And then I have other patches for other milestones as far as time and things like that. My shirt tails got cut as well. So underneath that hoodie, I had a Green Lantern t-shirt on, which I have for years. And they cut my tails on the back for my Green Lantern shirt. I hear it's a tradition. They were talking about something like during the war times, you know, you had the training pilots who had someone in the back of them in those type of airplanes where you had the guy in the front and you had the guy in the back, but you no longer had anybody pulling at your shirt tails, so they would cut your shirt tails to symbolize that you were free now, no one pulling on your shirt tails. If you know something about that tradition, let me know. Leave that in the comments. I'm really interested in hearing out more about that. But the head flight instructor, he's going to draw the airport, the Suffolk Airport, on the back of it with the runway numbers and all that good stuff, and give me back that piece that they cut off. And I guess that shirt, I'm probably going to frame it, and that'll forever live in my memories as this is the shirt that I was wearing, this Green Lantern shirt that they cut, that I soloed in. December 23rd, 2024.
Southern traffic 429. Thanks for the runway 04. Southern traffic. Speeds up. Very shallow base.
It just feels so roomy inside that plane when you're in there by yourself. It's a small plane. It does feel good to sit in there by yourself. Because another person next to you, it's just like, oh, there's no room. Look at that. You can barely see that second seat. It's just the new size that us Americans come in nowadays. We come in larger sizes. And our planes have not got larger with us. I don't know. Maybe I need to get smaller. I probably need to get smaller. That'll help with fuel consumption as well. I'm gonna get smaller. I say that. Looking at my speeds, trying to make sure I'm hitting my markers the way I should. This landing here, so disappointed. Yep.
Have to bounce there.
So disappointed.
That sucked. It's all good. It's all good. Wasn't too bad. It kicked me up super high.
It's my worst landing ever. Bounced back up on me just a little bit. You know, I wasn't happy with any of my landings. Any of them.
Not like that. That landing sucked. Southern traffic 429, Queen Juliet, clear runway 04, Southern traffic. Did not like that landing.
second landing. That bounce, just the worst. Absolute worst.
Playing not in Virginia. I know I didn't do some good on those landings. I'm sorry. I'll get better. Just think of it.
Yeah, I had to talk to her. I wasn't satisfied with it, but I'm gonna do better by her. Do some better landings.
I hated every last one of those landings.
What do you mean?
They all suck.
They look good. One of them looked a little bouncy, but the other ones look pretty good.
Yeah, the third one was real bouncy. The third one I did bounce a little bit. I recovered, but
Yeah. No, all of them you recovered, but yeah, one of them looked a little bouncy, but the rest of them look good.
man, I'm disappointed in those landings.
They look good. You're safe and plane's fine. That's all that matters.
Yeah. You go ahead and fly. I need to get my mind together. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. I was in no mood to fly back.
That's an
It was
experience.
so much.
Oh yeah. You always remember.
I had to come back down. It's like a natural high, and you just got to come back down off of it.
I put in their weather in here. You just have to switch everything back.
No, like I said, they look good. One of them was a little bouncy, but the other ones look good.
That was the third one. The third one, I had some bounce. That last one, I just thought I was great, and I thought I had enough flare, but I didn't have enough pullback. And I came in flat a little bit.
My last one was real
It
flat.
looked good.
Did it?
It was a little flat, but no, it looked good.
Didn't feel good. The first one felt better. The second one was okay. I didn't like it. It was a little harder.
Yeah.
That third one, oh man, that was bouncing.
Those bounce levels here and there,
Yeah.
you know. The plane's fine. You're fine. That's all that matters.
Right. And there's no real run up here.
No, yeah, you just gotta.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I got the solo finally. We're gonna do more of it. Just stay tuned for more videos. Keep watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and thank you very much.